Hello and thank you for being here with me, Aries. I'm Elise and this is your February 2021 Zodiac wheel reading. So I'll just focus here for you, Aries, and I thank Great Spirit for guiding Aries. Give thanks to the angels and our guides. Thank you for the loving messages for Aries, for their highest good and for the good of all concerned for February 2021. Thank you. Okay. We'll start here with the Page of Swords here. So, deal with something on the spot, Aries. You're being put on the spot. And we have the Lovers. This is choices being shown to you here, Aries. So, making the right choice for the right reason. Here in your area of money. And the Page of Pentacles here, self-care and important messages. So learn that the magic is in your own hands here, especially with communication, in that communication area. Queen of Wands in your home and family, in the area that governs property and your foundation. Now, this is a message to you about living life to the fullest, enjoying your home and property, turning it into your personal, it could be, I'm getting studio, so some of you may be getting very creative around the home with this, Aries. Now, this is about your energy levels and your enthusiasm. So you may be lacking a bit of enthusiasm when it comes to your pleasures in life or matters of the heart, where you find your joy, that kind of thing. Maybe sort of like a bit ho-hum. But I do feel this creative energy with this Queen of Wands here. Now this is fire sign. That could be you, yourself, Aries, Leo or Sagittarius. It's fire energy, so there is passion there. So and I feel if you're not actually getting in and doing some creative things to do with home, land or property, or with your family in general, this could be something like researching your family tree, doing something like that. But you're waiting for that motivation to kick in, and believe me, it will kick in. It certainly will kick in. Dealing with some injuries here for some of you. There's some sort of physical pain or suffering that has been bugging you or sort of knocked you off your perch a little bit. So this is really a message here of really looking after your own well-being and taking good care of yourself. This month is a really good month for really looking after you, looking after your mind in particular, healthy thought patterns. You know, there's something to be said for your own ability and your body to be able to heal itself. Yes, give it a little bit of help along the way, but your thoughts on your ailments can really help improve. Now, focusing on a area or each area where you're feeling this sort of pain or had this injury, and see it healing back into its perfect health condition. Okay? Now, this is also the area about your animals and your karmic debt. So it's one of the debt houses, paying back some sort of debt, or you may have found that you're struggling to do that. Now then you need to get some sort of see how you can negotiate that, maybe cutting back the payments or something like that. There's definitely a healing taking place, and the difficult part of it all is coming to an end. This is about some jealousy around you, or there's some sense of rejection, and it's to do with partnerships, business, marriage, partnerships of all kinds, groups, public relations, aunts, uncles, and you're wanting here to bring back the harmony and balance. It's also connected to legal affairs, contracts, scandals, that sort of thing. And this is saying to me that there's some sort of anger to do with some sort of partnership involved with this, and jealousy and rejection, and that's probably why you've got to act on the spot. You've got to be quick thinking. The Judgment reversed is saying there's a need for forgiveness here. Don't hold on to grudges for another towards another person. You're feeding yourself poison by doing that. So you don't want to carry that through your life, because then you'll keep reliving the experience. Okay, so don't resist the change, because Judgment, when it's around the right way, is about redemption and revolution and forgiveness and growth. Alright? So forgive yourself and anyone who hurt you, and let go of all the negative emotions surrounding you and preventing your growth. Is the message there. And it is in one of the money houses, but in this area of what you actually have and your resources, you've got choices. You just have to choose wisely. And the forgiveness will bring about the change that you need to do with finances. Now, here you have a secret being revealed, Aries. In the position that is helping your higher causes, your higher education. For some of you that might be to do with university or college or something like that, but it's definitely in the area that expands your horizons even wider, and seeking wisdom of yourself through this secret being revealed. There are a lot of things here through February that may be considered to be hidden from us. So towards the end of February, a lot will be revealed to you. So you may not have known about it before, but it's going to come out. It's going to be put on the table for you to make a decision. And again, this is about healing. So anything that you've been trying to heal and improve, whether it's your health, your relationship, this is another one that is letting you know that there is recovery from illness, whether it's surgery or injury or that feeling of a loss of a loved one. If you've been feeling betrayed, or maybe you've been in denial about something. It could even be, because it's here in this 10th house, I'm hearing that it could be to do with your career. You've not been happy with your job situation, whether you've lost your job due to the events of the last 12 months, or whether you've been still working and you've really made the decision that, you know, this isn't really where I want to go. This isn't what I want to do. So this is exposing, in a way, your dissatisfaction with that. And it could have you closing yourself off. And if your working life or your social life or your professional life is causing you to feel that sort of wanting to shut it off or shut it down, it is a sign for you that you need to, you know, ask the universe for guidance of how to move out of that. Show you signs. King of Swords. Now, you could be putting off legal issues or career, or putting something off to do with relationships, and there's a feeling of being too involved in other people's problems, which is being shown up here in the area of other people, of social groups, friendships. It's also the area of hopes and wishes and manifestation. It's the future area of this zodiac wheel. The King of Swords is air sign qualities, so Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, and he usually does represent someone who's got some legal expertise or knowledge to share, and it appears that you have to deal with problems connected to either him or other people, or you have to go to him to help you with the issues to deal with other people. Looks to me like it's something to do with work or your career, social life, or this illness here, or injury. Ten of Swords. Something's finally coming to an end. You're finally able to really get things sorted for your own benefit and get some rest. You've got the Four of Swords here. This is always a good sign for rest and recuperation, time out, recovery, recharge, regaining a sense of control over current struggles. Okay? And again, you might be dealing with some sort of layoff Alright? So there is definitely something going on with your job here through February that you need to sort out, and I feel that there's something also showing that it's connected to some sort of illness, injury or betrayal, and you need to seek legal advice, because I feel that too much of other people's input can actually confuse the issue. So I will ask the angel cards here for a message in connection with that, and I will be focusing here on career for you, Aries. Sorry about my blind, but I need to have the window open because it's actually quite steamy and muggy and hot. So that's my blind clinging and clanging there. Okay, so what message is there for Aries to do with their career? Will they be able to work it out so that they can find the satisfaction in their career that they are looking for Arians? February 2021. February already. There we go, that one. Ask for help from others. Okay, so I think if you're looking for some sort of advice, you really need to get some sort of... There must be a friend of yours, or you must know someone who's got a bit of an idea about this sort of thing to help you with your legal questions and advice. Okay, so now I will also ask the angels, who is Aries' angel that they can turn to and ask for help this month and guidance? Aries guardian angel for February. Oh. Go with that one. Ah, the angel of decisions and the number 8, which is a very lucky number. So it also could be the timing, 8 days, 8 weeks maybe, but there's some decisions there for you to make, Aries. Lots of decisions and choices, and it certainly is a month of decisions and choices. With all the stellium there, and for you guys, which I'll get to in a minute, it's all in your 11th house of your hopes and wishes. So you're on the right path. You have made the best decision for your spiritual journey, and when you're trying to make these decisions, use the affirmation, I have made my decision in a balanced and unhindered manner. I am at peace with the decision I have made. Okay, so now I'll show you, Aries, where the planets are for you. Okay, and also just a little planting by the moon guide for the best times to plant some of your vegetables, for those of you that are really becoming much more self-sufficient, especially for those of you that are still in lockdown up in the United Kingdom and Northern Hemisphere. Hello, sending love and healing for you all from down under. So firstly we have Uranus. Now Uranus is in the 2nd house of money, material values, support systems, your family dynamics. Also here in the second house is Mars in Taurus. So we've got Uranus and Mars travelling together here in the second house. So these two are the masters of change. And there's a rebelliousness connected with this and an impulsiveness, but that can cause problems. So try not to be too impulsive. Try to acknowledge when you're being impulsive, because the Uranus-Mars energy is a very daring, courageous energy. So make sure you've safeguarded everything, and keep in mind that not everyone's going to be as eager as you are. So the high vibration of Mars is about the physical body, so be as physical as you can. It's sex and the way you assert yourself, so don't be forcing others into anything that's not appropriate for them. It's an energetic energy, it's enterprising, brave. The negative Mars effect is quarrels and accidents and agitators. Okay, so yeah, just be aware of that. And the Uranus energy is always about the unexpected. Just when you think something's going to go one way, there's a curveball thrown in there. So be prepared to be able to be flexible. Okay, yes, so that's the Mars-Uranus. Now, here with the moon, one of the best times for planting leafy annuals is in the fertile sign of Pisces, which is for you over here. Okay, so leafy annuals are things like the cabbage family, broccoli, sprouts, spinach, parsley, coriander, and plant within the first 2 or 3 days of the fertile sign, which is a water sign. Okay, now that is between the 12th and 15th of February. Good time for planting those leafy annuals when the moon is in Pisces. Okay, the second best time is when the moon is in Taurus, which is a semi-fertile sign. Okay, so that is from the 17th to the 19th. So if you can't get your planting done between the 12th and the 15th, the 17th and the 19th are the other best times with planting by the moon. Now the best time for fruiting annuals is the 24th to the 25th in Cancer here. So the fruiting annuals are beans, corns, tomatoes, squash, capsicum, zucchini. Alright, that is between the 22nd and the 24th. So there's a little planting guide by the moon for you, Aries. Okay, now the full moon will be on the 27th, and it is here in your 6th house of health, work, food, hygiene, co-workers, work conditions, your karmic debt. It's also a ceremonial magic energy connected to this 6th house. So any sort of rituals that you like to do, or ceremonies, the 27th of February is a good day for that. The full moon is in Virgo at 8.57 degrees. So in those areas of work and health, there's that energy of perfection, being service to others. It's shining a light on your pets. It's a good time to tidy up and get organised, get that health check, get that gym routine, even if you have to set up some sort of gym in your home or a little area where you can do your workout. You might just do Tai Chi or yoga or look into some sort of gentle exercise. You will be really drawn to paying attention to details too. Now the negative side of this can be expectation of perfection out of everybody, which is a little bit hard on others, or being really critical. So the best you can, you want to try not to be too critical. Okay. Now next planet you have is in your 10th house up here, and it is Pluto, the restorer of life. Okay. Now this is about life, death, sex, confining mindsets. Pluto governs our soul, our personal freedom. It's like a probing detective. So whatever it is that's been going on here in this career area that's caused you that sense of betrayal, I feel, professionally or socially or in your career, you're really going to want to get to the bottom of it. And if you're changing careers and getting legal advice about it, you will really rise like the phoenix out of the ashes. Okay? The Capricorn energy, because Pluto's still in Capricorn, is about control and authority and big changes and transformations taking place. And don't forget that ask and you shall receive. You can't expect people to help you if they don't know what you need help with. And ask your angels for help as well. Now we're getting to the exciting part of the wheel, which is the 11th house for you, Aries. And it is, firstly, Saturn is in Aquarius. Mercury is in Aquarius. Mercury goes retrograde in Aquarius, or went retrograde in Aquarius on the 30th of January, and it will be retrograde in Aquarius until the 21st of February. That's when it actually turns direct. So you'll be dealing with a retrograde energy through those weeks. 3 weeks, I think it is. Okay. Now, don't be surprised if you feel like other people are talking a different language to you and you have to double check. Like, what on earth did they just say? Did I hear that right? And making sure that you've got the right information. And with that Mercury retrograde, it's not a good time to buy new gadgets. Alright, so just keep that in mind until after the 21st of February. But it is a good time for getting repairs done or revamping something. All this is in the area of your manifestation, your futuristic area, where you're heading in the future. So after the 21st of February, it's better for your intuition. There's a lot of mind power and telepathy, extrasensory perceptions very strong. Until then, it's best to go with the flow. Because dealing with other people, because this is the social group area, keep in mind that people can only understand you from their level of their understanding of themselves and their own level of self-love. Okay? So low vibration frequency for Mercury is wondering what people have said, or hurt feelings for some due to taking things the wrong way or misunderstanding. Okay? High vibration frequency is restlessness, curious restlessness, inventiveness, education, thought, communication. It's the symbol of youth, symbol of students and workers. So you may feel that you're really connecting more with people that got the same kind of interests as you. but all of that will be better after the 20th. Before the 20th, it's best to focus on researching, looking deeper into things before you act. Okay? And it's here with Saturn. And Saturn, of course, is affecting us all individually with a tremendous shift. So, massive shift taking place here through Aquarius, due to the Aquarius sign, taking us all the way into the end of February. Okay, so taking on the challenges and learning from them is one of the biggest messages to do with Saturn. Then we have Jupiter, and Jupiter and Saturn until the end of the month are what's known as being invisible. They're so close to the Sun because the Sun is conjuncting all of these planets as well. So Saturn becomes visible at the end of the month. So that's, and Jupiter does too. So that's when Jupiter will become more beneficial. So until then, hold off best you can, until after the 17th. Certainly after the 20th, best effects are around that. So just work behind the scenes until then, okay? So Jupiter is bringing you good fortune, so it's a really good time to do your visualizations and meditations here all throughout February. I am a money magnet, my income is constantly increasing, I have an abundant, prosperous life, those kinds of things, because I'm giving thanks for all that you do have, the smallest thing, and trying to really help draw away from those negative thoughts. Now Venus is also here in the 11th house in Aquarius, the planet of love, peace, harmony, beauty, luxury, wealth, money. Now Venus goes into Aquarius on the 1st or the 2nd, depending on where you are, the 2nd in Australia, depending on where you are, 1st or 2nd of February. Now it's going to be invisible too, so as with all these planets invisible, you can see that there's a lot going on behind the scenes. It's like the stellium is like a cosmic council, the holding council, and the outcomes of that will be revealed after the 20th. So the universe is having the first move, so trust that. And their cosmic council is shining their light over all of us and reminding us that nature is always more powerful than man, even though mankind tries, or humankind tries, to build bigger and better to stop nature. Nature can always just wash it away like that. So that's how powerful this cosmic council in this stellium in Aquarius of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 planets. The Moon on the 11th is in Aquarius, Saturn in Aquarius, Mercury in Aquarius, and Mercury went into Aquarius at the end of January, Jupiter in Aquarius, Venus going into Aquarius the 1st and 2nd of February, and the Sun is still in Aquarius. So everything you do, try and use self-discipline, and Venus will be conjuncting Saturn, so it's a good time if you want to ask that advice to ask an older, wiser person. Or you could possibly be saying goodbye to somebody or something temporarily, or it could actually be final. Any new relationship that comes under this transit at this time can be long-lived but not necessarily romantic or flamboyant. And Venus then, between the 19th and 13th of February, it's an uplifting energy. Good mood, makes life work out easier. The Venus conjunct Jupiter. Okay? Good for relationships of all kind, no desire to argue either, so you're not going to want to be caught into anything. So the 19th to the 13th is a good time to work out your relationships of all kinds. It's a very lucky financial energy too. Okay? Could even be a sudden windfall, and it's a good time to meet the right person. If you're looking for, could be romance, could be friendship, because this is the area of friendship. Now Venus is also going to be conjuncting Mercury between the 12th and the 14th. So your good mood is going to be infectious, Aries. And you're going to be able to see the light side of life and lift people's spirits, because it's all happening in your 11th house. So you're going to be, people will be attracted to, you know, having fun with you, whether you're in isolation or got a bit more leverage to get moving around. This is still, you're going to be able to work it out so that you can have fun with others. And for those of you that can get out, it's very favourable for a pleasant trip, enjoying the scenery. For those of you that are in lockdown, poetry, music, art are all highlighted for you. And it's favourable also for commercial transactions and negotiations in general. Okay, so there's some really good energies there this month with Venus hitting all these planets. Then you have the Sun also in Aquarius here in this 11th house. And the Sun will be getting conjunct by the Moon, full Moon in Aquarius. Oh no, new moon in Aquarius, and that will be on the 11th at 23.17 degrees of Aquarius. So there's a burst of inspiration to reinvent yourself, set your intentions with this new moon, make your wishes with this new moon. And the moon in Aquarius is about your hobbies, your clubs, your groups, and a good time to build networks and cooperate, and humanitarian pursuits also are highlighted here with this Moon Sun conjunction. So on this day, you could also find that you're not letting other people intrude or step over your boundaries, and you're willing to take those small, quiet moments to nourish your spiritual life, to help you manage constant distractions or competitiveness in society. It's must to rejuvenate your inner forces privately, meditation, sound healing, that sort of thing. Now, Mercury also will be conjuncting the Sun around the 8th of February. So there's also a Mercury Sun conjunction in this stellium. So a time here for expressing your opinions and wanting the final word. But just try not to be too forceful with it and shove it down other people's throat, and really it's better to wait until after the 20th, as I said. But if you can wait until then, try and just slow down and rest through this Mercury Sun transit. Read a good book. Do some of that poetry, as I said. Now, then you have Neptune here in your 12th house. And that is still finding you being very sensitive to the injustices and coming from a place of compassion and kindness in our 12th house, because there's not a real lot of water energy going on this month, so we need that sort of, and it's dignified in its own house. So as you can see, all these planets here through February, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 planets, massive stellium in Aquarius. If you would like more detailed personal information about that, again, you can contact me with the information I've left in the description box, okay, and we can go into that further for you. But it certainly is a powerful energy. Okay, so now I would just like to ask for the confirmation for Aries for February. From the Akashic deck. Okay, and you have in crescent moon. Okay, so the moon energy is really powerful for you here this month, and it's showing that the phase of decrease is here, because the moon is waning when it's in the reverse position. Okay, so we have a waning moon, so that time of the month is very prominent for you. So the tide is ebbing away. Energy, money, and even your creative flow may feel tight for a while. The forces around you seem prohibitive, so conserve your energies rather than spend it on futile action. Though this seems like a difficult time, don't be dismayed, it's not permanent. The moon, like all things, moves in cycles, and it moves quickly. So take a deep breath, rest, and know that the time of increase will return. Lovely. Okay? And keep your visualization and your focus on your prosperity and abundance. Thank you so much for joining me, Aries. If you would like a deeper look into your month ahead, please contact me and I'd be happy to organise an appointment for you with me. We can do it over the internet, or we can do it in person, or we can just do it by phone, however suits any of you. Stay safe. Look after you. Much love and many blessings to you all. Namaste.